Are you ready? Are you ready?
Oh man, I hit the button too soon. Hey, wouldn't be the first time I came in early. Probably won't be the last. But how's it going, peeps? Welcome back to another film study. Before we finish the intros, before we hop into it, Joey, I gotta shout you out, man. Dropping 2 super chats before my face even appeared on the camera. One in the pregame lobby, we call it the pregame lobby because that's where we do all of our tailgating, and one during the intro for $1.99. So namaste. Greatly appreciate it, man. I'm glad you guys are doing well today. But yeah, you guys know the drill. In case you're new to it, I'll explain it to you. What we'll be doing, man, is going through and watching some highlights of Killian Hayes, one of my favorite prospects, and I think one of the best people in the draft to fit what the Pistons are looking for and what we need. I have talked about Killian Hayes, but it was pointed out to me via the community post that I don't think I ever actually went through and watched film with you guys. I've watched film on him, and I have talked about him both on my channel in several videos. We've talked about him a little bit on Above the Rim, which Above the Rim is going to be on my channel tomorrow at a new time at 7 p.m. We're doing Above the Rim, kind of after dark, but not really dark, kind of above the rim at dawn, kind of. Trying something new because last week we had Craig Sword of the Grand Rapids Drive on, and that was a later show, and it feels like a lot more people came out to that. So, for this week, we're going to be testing it out at 7 p.m. So make sure you guys hit that notification bell so you don't miss it, because something is going on with YouTube. I don't know if this is my channel or not, but I've been having a problem with this for, I'd say, about 3 months or so. Ever since I got my live stream ability back from YouTube. We're not going to go too much into that. It kind of seems like not everyone gets notifications right away or sees the video right away. So to help that out so you don't miss a Detroit Drew video, you want to hit that notification bell. Also, before we hop into it, check out the description. There's a lot of stuff in there. Go check that out. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. But what we'll be doing, again, is going through and watching a Killian Hayes highlight video. I do believe, yeah, this one's almost 20 minutes long. So we got a lot of film here to watch. But what we'll be doing is breaking down some of the plays I like. Since it's a highlight thing, there's not probably going to be too many things I don't like, but kind of give you some of the pros and cons of what I'm seeing and what I want to see them do differently. What we are going to do, I am going to try to add the sound to this. I don't know if I want to. You know what? No, I'm not, because I don't want to get copy striked. So no sound. Sorry, YouTube's not cool. But shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Let's just go ahead and hop into it. You can see there the round table was on yesterday. I was on there. We had a lot of fun. You can see 5 former NBA players from Detroit Drew. That video dropped yesterday, not even 21 hours ago, and we're back at it again. But let's hop right into it, man. This has got like 40-some thousand odd views. This is from Swish. Shout out to Swish. Thank you for the video, man. So, just kind of be talking over some stuff throughout these plays. He's a very good pick and roll point guard. I think the one thing he needs to add. Ooh, nice. These are gonna be coming in hot and heavy. They're not gonna be slowing it down, I guess. Just highlight after highlight. Probably the best playmaking guard in the draft right now. His court awareness, his vision's really well. Man, okay. All right, so I'm gonna talk And something happens right here. All right, so he's playing really well defensively, getting in the passing lanes. All right, I'm gonna have to stop it right here because we're 49 seconds into it. And I'm seeing some stuff I haven't seen yet. Let me take this in real quick. We're 49 seconds into the video. He's doing a great job of getting into the passing lane. But the one thing I'm noticing right now is, I kind of talked about how his speed was kind of concerning. Right now, he looks really athletic. And I'm not saying he's like, well, I guess I kind of did say he's really athletic, but I guess what I meant to say is he's surprising me. I thought he was a little bit slower. He just threw down a dunk. That's kind of something I was kind of looking forward to putting in the negative column, but right now he's looking really good. I guess he's going to look good the whole video. It's a highlight thing. It's not pros and cons. But right there is what we need is a point guard in transition who can look for his teammates and find the open man. And certainly Killian Hayes brings that to the table. That was a foul on the dude right there, buddy. Nice. A little bit out of control. Able to maintain it, but a nice quick crossover there. Okay, so kind of there. We're only a minute in. I'm going to be rewinding it. So, is this the play right here? Okay. So here he gets the switch. There's going to be a mismatch. Well, I guess okay, we'll talk about it here. Number 43's got to come up and guard Killian. Now, the difference between Killian is if that's LaMelo Ball, and again, it's not really fair to compare him to LaMelo, that's shooting range for him. So this is something that Killian needs to improve is his range. Because that's a nice clean look right there. Number 43 who's coming up to guard him. He's not quick. He's not athletic. We all know why. I can say that. But this is kind of what I'm talking about by the quickness and the speed. When you get a guy like this, ISO ball right here, you got to commit. And I don't know if it's the speed or him trying to do too much, but he does a little crossover. He had him beat, man. The guy was already leaning like this. I don't know if you can see me. I don't know if I can see myself like this. But he had him going one way. And the guy was kind of predicting what he was going to do. When you get a big on you, man, you got to blow past him, do something. He ends up making a good play, but you got to be able to take that guy. And that might be something he needs to work on is being a little bit more aggressive. Like right there, boom, beautiful. But I think he needs to be able to take people off the dribble better. Right there, he's just kind of using his size. He didn't really create separation. He made a good shot. And he was able to get down into the restricted area, but he's not really blowing past these guys and getting open lanes. He's making good shots, tough shots, but like right there, boom, separation. That's what I want to see. Those other few plays, boom, right there. Nice. Got the defense collapse. That's what you got to do. There we go. There's a three. Feeling it. And I think that's something that he needs to kind of work on is just increasing his confidence and shooting ability and just being more consistent with it. And it all comes in time. He'll get better. I remember when Ricky Rubio came in the league, which a lot of people compare him to Ricky Rubio for his playmaking ability. I don't know if I really see that. It's completely two different people. But the one thing I will say is when Ricky Rubio came in the league, couldn't shoot a lick. All he could do is pass. And now he's a pretty solid three-point shooter. Not the greatest, but it's enough where you have to respect him out there. Nice pass. And again, I've been saying this with everybody. It's all about whoa. I guess Killian didn't want me to go into a little rant right here. Let's go ahead and watch this ankle breaker. Oh, what was that? In super slow-mo. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate you guys rocking with me today. All right. Oh, that's the next one. I think I rewound too far. Since this is a 20-minute video, I really don't want to rewind too much. But when you get stuff like this, all right, so let's break it down. So he's sizing him up, seeing which way he's going to go. The guy's overcommits. That's why you don't reach. He really didn't do too much there. It was really more on the defender just being clumsy and flat-footed. But see, he's just got great awareness. He's kind of off balance there, but he knows where his teammate's supposed to be, and he finds them. And that's something that we're kind of looking at when you got good shooters on your team, like Mahai Luke and Luke Kennard. Is that you want them to be able to kind of not just stand still, but know where they're supposed to be and have a point guard who's looking for them. And man, his defense looks good. Really good. And I think that's something that the Pistons are kind of looking to do is get into transition. We got a little bit of a younger team now. We got some guys who want to get out in transition. Sekou and Christian Wood are going to be dangerous in the fast break. And to have trailers like Luke Kennard or Mihailuk, whoever, trailing for shooters, to have a guy who can get in the passing lane and start the fast break like Killian is, beautiful. Because now it's going to be tough to defend. And I think that's something that if Killian does go to the Pistons that, we have to look to be a top team in the fast break, to be a quick tempo team. This draft can shape what the Pistons are going to do next year and determine how we're going to play. And I think with Killian, the game comes so naturally to him for his passing ability that he kind of sees his players in slow motion, that he's able to read the defense, find out who's open. And when he got the weapons that we do, like look at that. People thought that was a shot, and he knew the whole time. He does a great job of what I'm seeing from getting in the passing lanes. He's got potential to be him and Bruce might have a potential to be getting a lot of steals. That wasn't very good English on my part. I was kind of thinking of what I was trying to say, but there's just so many ifs, ands, or buts. There we go. Let's see what he's got. There we go. His shot is not the most beautiful looking shot. He's going to probably have to tweak it for it to be more consistent. But we'll have to worry about that when he gets there. For right now, I'm not worried about the rookies coming in and shooting the lights out. It's going to come in due time. I want our players to come in right now and make his teammates better. And eventually, his shot will get better. He'll be more confident. Be more efficient with it. He's 18, 19? Doing all this right now? The kid's still learning how to play basketball, man. But the potential for him is really amazing. He could still grow. He could become more athletic. Man, where is he? I know he was born in America. I don't remember where he's from. But he does speak French. Him and Sekou are really good buddies. BFFs. Just too natural for him. I think that Killian's going to be really good in a few years. I don't know how well he's going to do in his rookie year. But I would say in 3 or 4 years, he'll be one of the top players in the draft. I don't know exactly where he's going to be position-wise. Outside of Detroit, I don't know who's interested in him. But I will not be disappointed if we get this kid, man. He just looks really, really good. Off ball, on ball. He's doing it all right now. I like it. I like the pass first mentality from the point guard. Look at that, man. Another steal. I like the scrappiness. Boom. Nice. I'm liking what I'm seeing, man. Again, I'm not going to be mad if we get him. Rather, if it's at 4, 5, 6, I don't care. I will not be disappointed if we get Killian. Although I would have to switch my beer during the Pistons games and go from Drew Weisers to Killian. Probably won't drink as many, but hey. You got to do what you got to do to support the team. Nice pass. And again, that's going to be Christian Wood or Sekou right there. I mean, a point guard is just going to have a field day with this team. We got so many offensive weapons that, I mean, really any point guard should thrive in this system and really look to get his teammates involved. But when you got people like Tim Frazier who just are butt cheeks, it doesn't always pan out. Plus, you're going to have a great mentor like Derrick Rose coming off the bench and, kind of hopefully taking these players underneath his wing. And then you got a player like Blake Griffin you're going to want to feed the ball to. Christian Wood, Sekou, Mihailuk, Luke Kennard. All just different players, but offer so much for a point guard that your weapons are almost unlimited. You're going to have a shooter out there. You're going to have a guy in the pick and roll that is going to be athletic. You're going to have a guy in the pick and roll who can pick and pop and stretch the defense out, which opens up everything. This year might be something where we might have all 5 guys on the perimeter and just really space the floor out. I mean, this offseason is really crucial for the Pistons to get it right, because even if we're not the best team in the league, I want us to be one of the better offensive teams in the league, because we got the weapons, we got the talent to do so, and to get a player like Killian Hayes, it kind of brings it all together. Again, I still want Melo over him, but that's really the only point guard I want over him. I think that outside of Melo, he's got the best potential at the guard position in this draft. And I'm not knocking anybody else. Like, I'm pretty solid on Cole Anthony. I won't be mad at it. I like Halliburton. After watching some of his film before Above the Rim, which we'll probably do him in the next few days here. But I think it goes him. I think it goes Melo and him as the top 2 point guards that I want for the Pistons. Nice pass, man. And that's something I kind of want to see more of is when you get a switch, a nice step back. Now that's a good step back. That's a high percentage shot right there. Man, his ability just to find his teammates is just amazing. He's got the floater too. Nice. I do see he's pretty aggressive on the flat. He is pretty aggressive on the fast break. Hey, we're not perfect, man. I don't, like I said, I'm not going to bash Cole Anthony, but Killian Hayes' defense is going to get better. I mean, look at him. He's pretty skinny right now. He's going to add muscle to him. He's doing a pretty good job of getting in the passing lanes and pickpocketing people off of handoffs and screens and stuff. It's going to get better. I think he'll be a pretty solid defender. And that just might be an average defender or a slightly average defender. But we're not going to have a point guard out there who's going to get bullied every game. And in time, Killian is going to be pretty good, offensively and defensively. Lonzo's not trashed. He was overhyped. Yeah, I don't think Cole Anthony's got great defense. I looked at his defensive win shares and it's pretty bad. Hey, and Eric Bledsoe is better. Well, he's not better than Derek. I will take an Eric Bledsoe on this team. Is what I'm trying to say. Well, look, you always want to get the best player for your team's future, and him and Sekou would be a nasty 1-2 punch. So I kind of he's going to be good. He's going to be effective right now, and he's only going to get better. I think he can help us win games right now, especially with having a Derrick Rose and a Blake next year coming back healthy. That they don't need to have a rookie point guard having to take all those shots. Like when you put a LaMelo out there, he's going to want to. You get an Anthony Edwards, even though he's a 2 guard, he's going to want to. And, they might not be ready for it. I think this would be a good 1-year learning curve for him. And again, I don't know if the Pistons are in a playoff mode right now. They might be in a long-term project. I don't know the process. All I know is they have the potential to be a playoff team next year because they're not that far off. They're literally a point guard away from being a playoff team. Yeah, his shot does kind of look kind of slow, so I think that's something that he needs to work on and improve. What's your question, man? We really are going to need a rebounding guard. And I'm not talking Russell Westbrook good, but we're really going to need someone who will help out there. And I'm not saying he needs to average a ton of rebounds, but like 4 or 5 is pretty fair, or just close to that. We'll go 3. 3 to 5 rebounds a game will help out this team tremendously. We're going to need rebounding from every single position out there this year. All of them. Everyone's going to have to box out and want that ball. Nice shot, man. Nice pass. Just cool, calm, and collective. If we go after Wiseman, man, here's my problem with it. We still don't have a point guard. It's going to be Andre Drummond 2.0. Even though that Wiseman can space out and shoot the 3, we don't have a guy who's going to give him the ball and feed him the way. You need a point guard to help you out. It's so rare. Oh, my God, nice dunk. Part of the reason LeBron and AD work so well is LeBron is a point guard, really. Almost every single big man in history has had a point guard who looks to get them involved. We don't really have that. Derrick Rose is a scoring first point guard. He's trying to be that guy, but we want him to go out there and get buckets. Tim Frazier was trying to set people up, but no one was really worried about him offensively. So, I mean, yeah. And then Reggie, he's technically a two guard. You know, he really wasn't a pass first point guard. So it never really panned out with what we have. That if we draft a kid like Wiseman, it's kind of what we're going to be looking at right now. Cole Anthony, again, he's kind of more of a scoring guard. You know, again, his team didn't really have a whole lot of weapons. This team would be different, so maybe it'd change. But he turned the ball over just a ton. And again, I won't be mad if we get Cole Anthony. I think he'll be solid. I just don't want to reach for him. Look, Blake will be expiring in a few years. Miles Turner is solid, one of the best shot blockers in the league. I don't know. How old is Miles Turner? He's been in the league for a minute. Again, I don't know why Indiana would do that. I don't know why they would trade him in the first place. For what we have, a Ricky Rubio type player would fit that point guard position and help the team out. Again, I want someone better than Ricky Rubio, but it's kind of what we need. Man, Miles Turner's only 24. It feels like he's been in the league forever. Again, I don't know why Indiana would do it. And I don't think they balance out. But I know Miles Turner's got to be coming up for a contract extension. I don't know. I'd have to see what the full offer would be before I do it. 23, 24, whatever it is. Man, that's still pretty young. He can still get better. Nice. Yeah, he did drop a little bit, but they had some new pieces like Brogdon. Victor Oladipo was out for a while. He's still a pretty good shot blocker. And it happens. Sometimes you just have a down year. You don't play as well as you did the year prior. Way to make himself open. How long? How much longer do we got in this thing? Oh, so we only got 4 minutes. Dang, we've been watching this for 15 minutes. Another getting in the passing lane. Nice pass. Again, that's going to be one of our big fellas, man. We got some athletic big fellas. That's what I want to see a little bit. Get the defense backpedal in there. That guy didn't expect him to shoot that. And that's something that you're going to kind of see. You know, I think his first few weeks in the league, people aren't really going to know what to expect of him. But once they find out how good of a passer he is, like that play right there, the defense is going to be backpedaling because they don't think he's going to score. So when they get him backpedaling and you get that mid-range jumper, eventually that top of the key three-point shot down, and really become a dual threat, changes everything. Makes you a tough player to guard. Can't be one-dimensional. So I like to see that. You know, in the mid-range game right there, a lot of players don't incorporate that too much anymore. But like that, boom, nice shot. I want to see more people backpedal, but now they're coming out there and they're guarding him at the top of the key. Drew his defender out. Boom. That will be my high Luke. My dogs are going crazy. Must be the mailman or something. Again, Kennard, Mahai Luke, Tony Snell, good quality three-point shooter out there is what he's going to be working with. And that's their shot all day. That's the bread and butter. Plus, you might get Langston Galloway back. Again, we could talk about that later on as the offseason really gets into the full swing. But he's good in the corner. That's a shot. And he's going to get a lot of good looks out there with the guy like Killian. And that's something we can address later down the road. So we'll get there when we get there. Oh, man, he is lefty, too. I didn't even notice that. Good point. I hate left-handers. So that just brought a whole new element to his game. left-handers seem like to get fouled way more than right-handers because as a defender, naturally, most people are right-handed, but naturally, you go to block the right hand. Whether it's left-handed, you got to come across the body, you hit their arms more, you hit their wrists more, you reach in on them more, which as a dribbler, you got to be ambidextrous and dribble with both hands anyway. But shooting, a lot of guys is naturally, without even thinking, go for the right hand. When they shoot left-handed, it's kind of a different thing. Yeah, floaters are harder than they look. At the end of the day, you're right. This is still the Pistons drafting, and they could butcher it. We got ads popping up for next video, so we're going to go ahead and end that video right there. Again, thank you to, what's your name? Sorry. Swish. He's got 6,500 subscribers. This has got 46,000 views, only 500 likes. So if you guys like that video, go ahead and go like that video and go subscribe to his channel. Let's see. Where do I want to start? It's kind of hard for me to do this because we talked about him so much, but again, a lot of people wanted to watch the film. There's a lot of good things we've seen from him in this thing. His potential is good. Again, he's only 18 or 19. I think he might be 19 come draft day, or he might be 19 at the start of the regular season. I can't remember how it went. But he's got a lot of potential. He could be really good. And that's kind of the thing that I'm kind of being a hypocrite. And this is a really tough draft for me because there's a lot of good players in this draft. Anthony Edwards, James Wiseman, Obi Toppin. Just to name some of the few guys who aren't point guards, or Anthony Edwards, who's not really a point guard. I don't know if I said him or not. But I'm looking at free agency, and there's just not a ton of point guards. There's not. But I've been saying, take the best player available. It's just hard for me because I want to be in the playoffs. But at the end of the day, if someone who's better than Killian Hayes is available, as much as it might hurt me, you got to take him. You got to take him. You got to take the best player available, because if not, you're going to be looking at the same thing as, oh, you passed up on another Kawhi, another Paul George. I don't know if we passed on Paul George, another Giannis, whatever it may be. I don't want that to be our history anymore. I want to take the best player that we can at the position, which is kind of why I like the Sekou pick last year. It's because he's got raw potential, and it's on the player at the end of the day to get the in success. You got to put the work in the off season, off the court to get better. But a player like Killian really intrigues me because he does have a lot of potential, and he can become way better than he is right now. Again, he's 18 or 19. When you draft a guy that young, the sky is the limit, man. And I want to draft him raw potential. I want a guy to finally get hyped up and live up to it. You know, we hyped up people like Stanley, and that didn't really pan out. We've hyped up so many people. At the time, people hyped up Brendan Knight, if you could believe it. Hyped up Greg Monroe, if you can believe it. Hyped up KCP, if you can believe it. Which KCP's a role player at this point in time. A very good, solid player. But, you know, we put a lot of pressure on our players to live up that much. And to finally get a player who could do so would be huge. And I think Killian brings that to this team. And again, you kind of got to look at what we got now and what we're trying to build. I don't really want to start this rebuild off with drafting another center like Wiseman. Again, I'm not attacking the guy. The guy's a great player. But in order to be successful, you kind of need a point guard. It's really big to get that. And looking at our own history here, all three of our titles came from great point guards. Chauncey, hopefully could be a GM. Zeke, Isaiah Thomas. Again, made one of my thumbnails, his profile pic on Instagram, quick flex. Both of those teams had great point guards for what they did. Both of them great floor generals and really set the tone and the pace of the games. Both regular season, playoffs, finals, they went through them. Big Ben was the heart and soul of the 0-4 team, but Chauncey set the pace, set the tone, and was that leader. again, I don't know who the better player was between Chauncey or Big Ben. It's really debatable because they're so different. Chauncey was the leader, and you needed that. Isaiah Thomas, without a shadow of a doubt, was the leader of the bad boys. And there were some more leaders in there. I mean, it's not a one-man crew. You need a team at the end of the day. But it's all established with that. The Pistons were terrible before they drafted Isaiah Thomas. One of the worst teams in the league. Drafted a guy like Isaiah Thomas. He dropped 30-some points in his first game as a Piston. Changed the culture almost, boom, instantly. Chauncey made the Pistons legit almost instantly. Of course, Big Ben was there first and really kind of made the foundation for it, but he helped the Pistons get better. We need a point guard so damn bad. It's not even funny. We haven't had a true point guard since Chauncey Billups, and it's something that we've been chasing ever since we traded him. Tried to make an Allen Iverson and Rip work. Didn't pan out. Will Bynum was really fun to watch, but I love Will. One of my favorite Pistons during that dreadful time. You can't have him be your number one point guard. Brandon Jennings was pretty solid, but he got hurt, and was really streaky. Again, I love Brandon Jennings. Reggie, injury prone for us, just never healthy. When he was healthy, we did win. We got into the playoffs, but again, hurt. We just haven't had that player. It's something we've been chasing ever since we traded Chauncey. One of the worst decisions we've ever made. And drafting a player, rather if it's a Cole Anthony, a Halliburton, I'm trying to think of other point guards that we haven't talked about, but Melo or Hayes are really my 4 point guards I'm really looking at here. Tells me that this front office realizes they have a problem at point guard and they're trying to fix it. So if we take a point guard, rather if it pans out or not, I'm going to be happy with it. Again, it's really going to depend on where we fall. If we're top 3, this could completely change everything because the lottery and where you're drafting changes everything. So for right now, I'm just trying to scout everybody. So that way, when the Pistons get their official pick, we kind of know what more to look at. We'll have a better understanding who's going to be available and who's not going to be available. And hell, even then we might not because there's no March Madness, there's no college playoffs. I don't think any of the foreign leagues are still playing. I don't know on that. I haven't checked, but we really haven't seen so many of these young guys really get more opportunities in big games under the big lights. So it's kind of hard to say that a certain player is better than someone because, look at last year. Last year helped Ja Morant out tremendously because when they got March Madness, everyone was knowing his name. Knew his name. Made a name for himself, helped his draft value tremendously, and potentially could be the Rookie of the Year. So it's kind of hard to judge people when we don't get to see them under the big lights, see them in huge playoff games or a March Madness atmosphere. It sucks. There's nothing we can do to change it right now. So Pistons, NBA teams are going to be doing what we're doing right now, is going through and watching some of their highlights. And I think what they will do, more so than just watching their best plays, is watch a whole game. Watch multiple games of a certain player. So that way you can see the bad. Because right here, all we could see is the good. And I don't really want to sit here and watch a whole lot of games. We might, depending on what's going to happen. My plan, just so you guys know, is when the NBA does come back, just live stream some of the games, man. Rather if they hop into the playoffs or not, rather if it's Pistons related or not. I miss basketball and I kind of want to watch it. So if I'm watching it, you guys can watch it with me. That's my plan. So, but back to Killian Hayes, some good and the bad, because we went on a little rant right there. Good. Let's start with the good first. Playmaking is tremendous. He's got great vision, great court awareness. He knows where his teammate's supposed to be. He's a better defender than I thought. I don't know about one-on-one matchups, but he did a great job of getting in the passing lanes and running in transition and setting the pace for his team. Another one is he didn't settle. He's taking what the defense is giving him, which is good and kind of bad at the same time. You kind of want to sort your authority, but he's not trying to do too much. He's trying to make the right play. And his passes are on a dime. They're very accurate. They're right where they're supposed to be. He threads the needle. He knows where his teammates are supposed to be, what they're supposed to be doing. So I like it. Some of the downfalls is his jump shot. It's not beautiful, but if it goes down, I'll be happy with it. I just think he needs to be a little more confident and look to get his shot off a little bit more. And I think, like I said, in time, as the years get more and more past him, and he gets older and more mature, he won't be as nervous for it. He'll be looking to get it. So I really like what the guy brings to the table. There's not too many negatives. I think one of them is just his frame is kind of a negative. Going against some of the bigger guards in the league, he might have a difficult time trying to stop him. But yeah, I don't know about that. And another one would probably be his speed and his quickness. It's not super fast. It's not the quickest. So some of the faster guards are probably going to give him a tough time right off the rip. But I think in years he'll know what to do against those players. He might have a rough go defensively his first year in the league. But I think after he gets a year or two underneath him, that he'll know what he needs to do to get better at that and really thrive at it. I think he is a long-term project. I think he'll be promising right away, and he'll be pretty solid for us right away. But he will need a few years to get really where he needs to get to. Now, not everyone comes in the league right away and dominates. That's just not realistic. People need time. People need practice. They need coaching. They need experience. So I think with all that being said, he could be better, and he could have fun with this and really enjoy it. And I think having someone like Sekou already on the team, that they speak French, that they already know each other, that they're friends, is huge, because it can be really intimidating for a rookie to come into a new team that has a player like Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin on there, who at one point in the league, or time in the league, were some of the best people in there. Derrick Rose at one point in time was the best point guard in the league. At one point in time, Blake Griffin was the best power forward in the league. And to have them both on the same team that you kind of look up to, it could probably be a little bit intimidating. So to have someone like Sekou who's been there and can kind of be a role model, yes, Sekou could be a role model for him. It's encouraging. So I don't want to be on all day. Don't want to be on all the day. Because tomorrow we'll be talking more draft on Above the Rim. We will get the DSA's thoughts on who they want the Detroit Pistons to go after for a GM. So stay tuned for all of that. We got much more guys coming tomorrow. So stay tuned. Again, Above the Rim will be tomorrow at 7 p.m. on my channel. 7 p.m. Not 1 o'clock like we've been doing. 7 p.m. A lot more of you guys want to do it later. So we're going to try to move it there temporary until everything opens back up and the world gets back to normal. So we're shooting for 7 o'clock Saturday. Stay tuned for all that. We won't be late. Last week we just had some technical difficulties, but it's all better. Be sure to go to the description. Check out Instagram, my Twitter, the DSA website, the DSA members, all that good stuff. If you guys have not subscribed already, please subscribe. Fun fact, we have gained 100 subscribers in under 2 weeks. That's really good. That's 50 a week. That's a really good pace. I hope that streak continues, because that's really good. So I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for just that huge jump. It's really encouraging. So make sure you guys keep spreading the word. Make sure you guys share the video. Let your people know about Detroit Drew. It's more than just Drew Wisers, although it's a big part of it. We're here to talk hoops about the team we love. So, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you guys have a good day. Make sure you do subscribe. And that's the bottom line, because Detroit Drew said so. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Above the Rim. Peace.
Are you ready?